Hey there, it's Julie Hutchison here from Think, Be, Do Leadership and the home of the Quiet Leaders Launchpad. And I thought it was really funny today. We ran an online training where we had quite a lot of people signing up, and it was called From Frustrated, Overworked and Undervalued to Productive, Profitable Freedom, growing you to grow your team, to grow your business. And guess what? Of all the people that signed up, there were so many people that couldn't come. Because they're too busy. So the title of this is called Too Busy to Stop and Improve Things, isn't it? Or Too Busy to Stop and Grow. And I thought that was a really good title for today's live, because actually that's the biggest problem, is that we're so busy that we actually don't have time to stop and look at what we've got and then to say, is that working or is that not working? So we are part of the problem, that when we want to attend something that says, we're going to help you to grow, or we're going to take you from frustrated and overworked to more freedom and more productivity, yet you can't attend because you're too busy. That is the problem, in that when we prioritize what we've got to do, quite often we're so busy doing the things we have to do, like, I don't know, the emails and the urgent things and setting the house is on fire, or whatever the thing is that suddenly become your most urgent task. Even when you have registered, showing an interest and wanting to turn up for training, you still don't turn up. And don't get me wrong, I've been there. I've been there myself. So I know what it is, but it's just really struck me as how important is it that if you want to make a change, that even though you want to make a change and that that's a problem, why then do you not attend the training to change the thing that you want to change? Hilarious, really, that we all do this. And so if you're listening to this live, I would love to know that I'm not alone in not turning up to training that I know I really want. So if you are live, then please tell me yes or no. If you're an angel, then perhaps you never have. But if that's has ever been something that you may well have done once, then do let me know. Katie, yes, hello. Have you? Please tell me you have, because it seems to be that the majority of people on the training today literally either emailed me and said, I'm so sorry, I really want to come, but I'm too busy, or did not attend and now want the recording. And, I get that. I get that completely. But if we really need it and we booked it in, then what stopped us? And this isn't just for the training. It's not just, I'm not just upset here because we didn't have that many people on the training, because that's not what this is about. What this is about is, generally, are you allowing your diary and your life to control you, or are you doing it the other way around? Because as a leader, we need to be productive ourselves, and we need to be able to be in control of ourselves and our destiny, and we need to drive change, and we need to move forward. We need to be the ones. But what actually I'm seeing happening is that our diaries are so full, and we're trying to fix so much stuff in there, and we allow these like urgent but maybe not so important, I don't know, things to take us. As the wind changes, we're allowing ourselves to be distracted by things that were not on our to-do list on that day. They were not part of the priority list, yet they seem to have suddenly got there. And we more and more nowadays seem to have this ability to be distracted and allow ourselves to be distracted, rather than focusing on the thing we said we really needed to do. Have you ever not completed a project because you got distracted because something happened? Have you ever just not done the thing that you wanted to do because something came up? And how often does that happen to you? And my question would be, how often do we let it happen to us? And I'm guilty of it too. Don't get me wrong. It's perhaps a realization today that I'm as guilty as everybody else, that we allow things to get in the way of the thing we really, really want. Again, if you're live, please tell me, am I on my own here, or is this possibly something you may have as well? So what I'm talking about is, how do we stop it then? Because if you wanted to come on my training and you were frustrated, overworked, and undervalued, and you wanted to change that and you wanted to be productive, profitable, and free, and you didn't come, then what are you going to do? How are you going to change that? And it might be that, I don't know, you wanted a different kind of training. Let me think of a different kind of training. I don't know, you wanted to learn how to use Excel or Word or something like that. And I think that, what is it that stops you from going to do the thing that you wanted to do? So why do you get stopped? So I'm reading Katie's message here. Katie says, I'm working on a time-limited project. It's difficult to justify training costs, especially nowadays in the heritage sector. Yeah, and I get you, Katie. Yeah, that it is difficult to justify training costs, although that one, mine was a free one. But what I would say is that we've got to have our best game. So yeah, totally. It is difficult to justify the cost. And I would be really interested to understand from any training, not just the cost, but what's the ROI? What's the return on the investment? So not just looking at the cost, but what will I do differently, or what will be different if I attend this training? Or if I do the thing that I want to do. So it's not just about the training, but it's also about just being distracted from the thing that we put in our diary, if indeed we put it in the calendar, and sticking to what we say we want to do in this day and age of Facebook and God knows what, and all the different stuff that's coming at you at a pace. I know, then you have so much to distract you that it's hard to stay on track. So we need to find a way of doing that. And I'm really truly interested in what you do to stay on track. So Katie, in the heritage sector, so it's probably a really difficult sector at the moment, I should imagine, because I work with a lot of people. As you may well know, I work with the Institute of Conservation, and we work with people in all sorts of heritage type sectors. So we've got National Trust and loads of museums and all sorts of things, and archives, and they they're struggling for it because nobody can come and see, or nobody can come and do. So yeah, it's really difficult because we're all trying to pull in our belts. But we've got to be able to find a way to stick to what we say we're going to do. And I'm fascinated by how easily we are now distracted, and we almost justify the distraction as well. It's almost like, and I know for me, if my kids turn around and say, oh, I need something, I jump up as if I need the distraction, when I could easily have said, actually, hold on, you need to wait for a second, I've got to finish the thing I do. And so I think that what I'm kind of seeing is everybody is almost accepting of all these distractions and not looking at it and saying, how do I remove these distractions? How do I stick to what I say I'm going to do? And as leaders, we need to stick to what we say we're going to do. There's this consistency and reliability that we need to be able to do, so that people can trust us to get the job done. And so this is a skill that I'm going to be working health 11 now in the Leaders Launchpad, because we need to make sure that not only are we good at thinking and good at talking and good at anything that we want to do, but we're also good at being consistent and reliable, so that people see us as a trusted, reliable person. It's really, truly important. And therefore, we may not be able to justify something if we decide not to do it in the first place. But if we've decided to do something, we say we're going to do something, then we should do it. I sound like a school teacher today, and I apologise to anybody who thinks I sound like a school teacher. But I'm agog at how many people say they needed something and then cannot come. It's a sign of if we're it's a sign of that fact of, like, I'm just too busy to stop and learn. I'm just too busy to make my life better. And it's that stopping for 1 second and saying, what will move the needle for me, and then committing to it. And I think we are so used to not being able to, or being distracted, that it's always like it's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay to allow ourselves to be so distracted that we cannot do the thing we knew that was going to make our lives better. I really should shush now, shouldn't I? If you agree with me, I would love to hear your thoughts. If you're watching this live, then do let me know. Thank you, Katie, for letting me know your thoughts. But also, if you're on the replay, just type replay and then let me know your thoughts. Because if you think I'm wrong and there's a good reason for your distracting and there's a reason for people not turning up to things and not being reliable or consistent, then let me know. But also, if you think, well, when people were justified to do that, then let me know too, because I'd love a good old discussion about this, not just about me being right or wrong. Talking about discussions, if you would like more discussion on being a leader and growing your leadership abilities so that you can leverage the people in your business, leverage your knowledge so that you have a business that you can grow and you can be a better leader within that, then please join the Facebook group. I'll put a link in the comments. Hang on. She says, there it is. I'll put a link in the comments and I will also put a link in there so you can find out about how you can work with us at Think, Be, Do Leadership, because we are starting a new cohort very soon of the Quiet Leaders Launchpad. So if you know that you are too busy to stop and grow yourself so you can grow your business or grow as a leader if you're within an organization, then maybe it's time that you thought, how am I going to get out of that spiral of just going round and round and round like a hamster wheel? How do I get off the wheel? How do I stop being too busy? And how do I start achieving the things that I want to achieve? So if that is of interest to you, join the Facebook group and find out about our program that starts very soon. Here, let me put that in there. Find out about the program, because then you will be able to see how you can actually implement the strategies that we use to stop being so busy, start being the leader that you know you want to be, and to grow your teams, grow the productivity, and mean that you can actually step back and be more strategic and you can be the leader that you need to be. I'm going to get off of my high horse now. Thank you, Katie, for your comments. And anyone else who comments after this, I shall reply to you. Have a wonderful day. And if anybody would like a copy of the slides from our frustrated, overworked and undervalued online training that takes you from there to productive, profitable freedom, then just message me or put it in the comments and I will send you a copy of these slides. So even though you didn't attend, then you can still see what we said and you can still grow. Take care. Have a wonderful day.